Hi, welcome back to my channel and my first official new video being back. Thank you for watching. So today we need to catch up and I need to show you guys all of the books that I bought in the meantime. I don't even know if these are all of them. Past 3 to 4 months. Honestly, it's not that many, but it is quite a lot. Let's just get into it. These are in no particular order. Let's start. Okay, I need to get up every time and go to my little stash where I have all of them stacked. We're starting off with 3 books actually. This whole series, this trilogy, is the Kingdom of the Wicked series, I think. I don't know what the official series name is, if it does have one, but I'm just gonna call it Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco? No, Maniscalco? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. This is so much fun. I'm in the process of filming a reading vlog for this actually, where I just binged this super readable YA fantasy romance. Although is it YA? I do have my questions because of certain themes in this. The violence and the sexy themes are quite a lot, but anyway, I decided to get these and I just bought the whole trilogy, and I'm really glad I did because it was a little bit of a risk because I hadn't read the first one. But luckily I'm almost done. I have like, I don't know, 50 pages left or something, and then I'm finished with this one. And then we have the second book, which is called Kingdom of the Cursed, and we have the third book, I'm trying not to read the back and get spoiled, Kingdom of the Feared, which is really pretty. All of these are quite nice. I like the covers. This is about Emilia. She is 18 and she has a twin sister, Victoria, and they are both witches and they come from a family of witches. And this is set in sort of like this, it's in Italy, medieval times. It is definitely, you know, fictional, of course. It has a lot of references to Italian culture and the Italian language and all of that stuff, so that's really cool. And her nana, her grandma, or their grandma, is also a witch, and she has been warning them for years that they need to be very careful with their powers. They need to hide it, of course, from the other people that aren't witches, and they also need to be very careful of these demons from hell, these princes that are so dangerous and such. But Victoria, Emilia's twin sister, Emilia is the main character. She has always been a little bit, you know, daring and looking for trouble, and hasn't been taking her grandma's warnings as serious. And then one day, unfortunately, she turns up dead, and it's like very gruesome. Her heart has been ripped out and all of that stuff. And Emilia, who was usually the more like the good girl, the sweet girl, the quiet introverted one, is filled with like vengeance and wants to take a revenge. And she runs into, well, she wants to summon, I think, just a lesser demon or something to help her, but she accidentally summons one of the 6 or 7 princes of hell, Wrath. She binds him to her, so he is sort of like forced to help her find out who the murderer of her sister is. And you get to, you know, there's a lot of plot going on, and you learn more about hell, and you know, there might be a little romance developing between Emilia and Wrath. So I'm obsessed with her. I'm really liking it. I feel like it's gonna be like a 4-star read for me, and I'm excited to see what the other 2 books have in store for me. Next up, I have 3 arcs here actually, and I don't know if I've talked about them before. Some of them, I mean, all of them have already released. I feel so bad. I got these from Penguin Random House International. So the first one is Nasty, Brutish, and Short: Adventures in Philosophy with Kids by Scott Hershovich. And I think this released, is this the English dates, like the American ones, or yeah, so this was on sale the 3rd of May. It's like in a different order than we do it here in Europe, but it's the 3rd of May this year it released. And the author is a professor of law and philosophy, and so he has made a book about philosophy that's like very accessible for children. I have to say, this doesn't sound like it's super up my alley, but I definitely do want to try it out. And also, I have had to take 2 classes in philosophy, and I actually dropped out of legal philosophy because I hated it so much, and it was one I chose myself, and then it turned out that I sucked at it. So I do want to learn more about philosophy, and I feel like a children's book is gonna help me with that. So if you are like me, then this book has released now. Next, we have one that I'm very excited about. It's called Walk the Vanished Earth by Erin Swan. This released the 31st of May of this year. It's a beautifully written and emotionally stirring dystopian novel about how our dreams of the future may shift as our environment changes rapidly, even as the earth continues to spin. So we follow a bison hunter who is called Samson, Canadian and it's in Kansas, so it's in the US. He is in the 1800s, but then we also have a point of view of a girl named Bia who is traveling those same planes, but then it's 1975. And then we follow an engineer named Paul, and it's actually in 2027, so like climate change and everything has happened. I think we can see like the changes of America and its landscape and the people throughout the years. So it sounds very, very interesting, and I'm excited. And this proof cover at least is really, really cool. And then the last arc I think that I have here is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. I hope I'm saying that right. Saying Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. Now, I have never read Rebecca, but I do want to. But I have read Mexican Gothic and I love that. So I'm excited for this one. It's her first novel. It's a supernatural suspense novel, which if I'm gonna read a thriller or horror, I would love for it to be supernatural because I am way more scared of ghosts than I am of serial killers. And I know that is so weird, but it's just the way I am. And it's set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence, and it's about a remote house, a sinister haunting, and the woman pulled into their clutches. And I do believe there's a little romance in this. I think I heard someone say that in a video at some point. I was like, oh my god, I need to read this. I can't believe I have an arc and I still haven't read it. Anyway, and this was on sale on the 10th of May, I think, which is such a weird... Well, it's not a weird date for a thriller to come out, but I sort of expected it to have come out September, October. But anyway, this is very high on my TBR too. I hope to get to it this month or next month because it's perfect for spooky season 2, I think. Next stack, we have 2 books in a series again, so we'll be talking about them. I did another thing, and I really hope I'm gonna love these because I bought the second and the third book in this trilogy. So we have Kingsbane by Claire Legrand and Lightbringer. These covers, I just wanted to have them. So I bought Furyborn last year, I think. I have that one in hardcover. It was on sale back then, and has been on my radar for a while, and I feel like it's going to be another one of those YA fantasy romance kind of books that I'm just really gonna love. I don't really know what they're about, to be honest. I feel like it has dual perspectives. You know what? Oh shit, where's the book? It used to be right behind me, but I filmed a lot of TikToks as well, so now I don't know where my copy went. I'm surrounded by books right now. It's a mess. So unfortunately, I don't really know the synopsis of this, but I think it's YA fantasy romance, and I thought it was dual timelines, and you had this like ancient queen, and then we have this girl right now. Maybe. Sorry about that, guys. I'm so unprepared. But I thought maybe these hardcovers will go out of print at some point, and I would rather have matching books and these beautiful covers. So it's like, I'm gonna take a gamble, a little gamba, and just buy these, and hopefully I will love them. If not, I can sell them, so that's also fine. I haven't looked at the naked hardbacks. Okay, they're nothing special, unfortunately, just one regular color. But yeah, I am excited to get to. I have some books that I'm so excited for that I keep pushing them back because I'm scared I love them so much that I don't have anything to look forward to once I've read them. But that's quite a lot of books, so I should just get started. So Furyborn is also definitely high on my TBR, and then I can binge the whole series, the whole trilogy. I think it's just a trilogy. Alright, and then we have one that I really picked up on a whim. I had to go to the city, Maastricht, which I live very close by, and I went to uni there. And so when I was there, I just popped into some shops, you know, as you do. And we have this beautiful, beautiful bookstore there that is in a church. It's called the Dominicana. I'll put a picture up right now. So whenever I'm there, I try to just visit and just look. Sometimes I actually manage to just look, but this time I did not get away with just looking. I saw this book, and I have to say I was just really intrigued by how pretty it is. I know, I'm just a sucker for beautiful book covers. So this is called Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. What was it about again? What was it about? Oh, there we go. So this is in the 1800s. It's north of Edinburgh. Edinburgh, is that how you pronounce that? In Scotland, I think. On the edge of an isolated loch lies an institution of crumbling stone where a strange doctor collects orphans with unusual abilities. Yes, I read that and was immediately like, oh my god, it's about people with magical powers. And the setting sounds like it's perfect for this time of year. so that's why I wanted to pick it up. In London, two children with such powers are hunted by a figure of darkness, a man made of smoke. Charlie Ovid discovers a gift for healing himself through a brutal upbringing in Mississippi. Oh, we follow a lot of people all over the world. While Marlowe, a foundling from a railway fright, glows with a strange bluish light. When two grizzled detectives are recruited to escort them north to safety, they are confronted by a sinister, dangerous force that threatens to upend the world as they know it. What follows is a journey from the gaslit streets of London to the lochs of Scotland, where other gifted children, called the Talons, with a capital T, have been gathered at Carndale Institute, and the realms of the dead and the living collide. Sorry. As secrets within the Institute unfurl, Marlowe, Charlie, and the rest of the Talons will discover the truth about their abilities and the nature of the force that is stalking them. That the worst monsters sometimes come bearing the sweetest gifts. Still feel like I don't really know what this is about, but that's also fine. I just want to read this. It's a chunker though, but I do hope to get to it before the end of the year, maybe. I don't know. I'll definitely drag all of my spooky books over until November for sure, maybe even December. I don't know. I prefer them over holiday Christmas books anyway. So next deck, let's talk about some pretty editions. First, let's talk about the FairyLoot book. Words. I'm so excited I can't even speak. Let's talk about the FairyLoot book that I got. My first one. I subscribed because I signed up for the waiting list, I think last year or something. I don't know, a really long time ago, for the adult book only box, and I got an email that there was a spot free, and I was like, you know what, you don't get this chance too often, let me just try this out. And I have to say I really like it. It's a tad bit expensive, so I don't know how long I'll keep it, but for now I'm really excited. So if you don't want to see a spoiler for what I believe is the September book of FairyLoot, the adult book only subscription, skip ahead, look away, but I'm going to show it now. It's called Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, and it's so pretty. Look at these edges. Can you see that? I don't know if it's focusing. Do not focus on me. Do not do it. I feel like it's not focusing. I'm sorry about that. And then we have beautiful art on the inside. Like I am a sucker for special editions, and you know what? I don't care that it's like frowned upon by some people. I love them and I will enjoy them. More art. Then beautiful naked hardcover. It's green and it has this stunning like gold foil. Jeez, that's so hard for me to say. I think that's even the right word, but anyway, stunning. This is, I believe, a mystery, a magical mystery maybe, and it's her first adult book. I think she's the author of those YA fiery books. So it's saying Emery Blackwood's life was forever changed on the eve of her high school graduation when the love of her life, August Salt, was accused of murdering her best friend Lily. She'd once dreamt of running away with August, eager to escape the misty, remote shores of Saoirse Island? Is it Saoirse? I think this is Scottish again, or Irish maybe, and chase new dreams together. Now she is doing what her teenage self swore she never would, living a quiet existence among this tight-knit community steeped in folklore and tradition, ruled by the seasons and ancient superstitions. I love the setting so much. I hope the vibes will be there, you know. But when August returns after 14 years to bury his mother's ashes, Emery must confront her first love and the reason he left so abruptly. But the town wants August gone again, and as the island begins to show signs of strange happenings, the emergence of deep betrayals and hidden promises threatens to reveal the truth behind Lily's death once and for all. So I do think it's gonna be a little bit of a romance, and there's a lot of small town secrets, and I don't know if it's gonna be magical. I'm kind of hoping it will be supernatural magical stuff, but even if it won't, then I'm fine with that too. So yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely keeping my subscription as long as I can afford it because I'm excited to get surprised by a book, get a little gift in the mail every month from me to me, but I don't know what the gift will be, and it's a pretty book, special edition, so that's the first one. That's the FairyLoot one. And then I have two more sort of like pretty books that I picked up when I was in London, because I was in London for my holiday over the summer. So first I picked this one up. I don't know what bookstore I got this from, sorry, but it's Sundial by Catronia Ward, and it's signed, and it has these really cool sprayed edges. So I was like, when I saw it, because I wanted to read it anyway. This is a like horror thriller kind of thing. We have our main character Rob, and she fears for her daughters, for Callie, who collects tiny bones and whispers to imaginary friends, for Annie, because she fears what Callie might do to her. Rob sees a darkness in Callie, one that reminds her of the family she left behind. She decides to take Callie back to her childhood home, to Sundial, deep in the Mojave Desert, and there she will have to make a terrible choice. Callie is afraid of her mother. Rob has begun to look at her strangely, to tell her secrets about her past that both disturb and excite her. And Callie is beginning to wonder if only one of them will leave Sundial alive. And it's a thriller exploring the toxicity of the mother-daughter bond and the power of the past to twist the present. I am so excited. I'm very curious to see who I will be rooting for in this book as well. I think I've heard mixed reviews, but I've been dying to read this, and I mean, even if I hate it, I don't care because it's so pretty. And then the last, I think, pretty edition that I picked up. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to show you two more books. Well, it's too late now. I don't want to get up and grab them. Three more. I see another one over there. I bought so many. Next, we have Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I am 100% certain I picked this up on the Waterstones, the one in Piccadilly, the big one. It was so fun to like visit that one. And it's so pretty. It's like bright pink and yellow sprayed edges, and it's also signed by the author. This is one government department you don't want to mess with. And the whole idea of this, here's the sign page, sounds so fun. So it's saying, through joining Her Majesty's Royal Coven, you can become a part of an illustrious witching legacy stretching back to our founding sister Anne Boleyn. We serve Gaia through service to the planet, the country, HRM, Her Royal Majesty, the Queen, and the people. We work as a team to support the UK government in the handling of supernormal events and incidences, to uphold the tradition of witchcraft in the United Kingdom, and to safeguard our continued legacy. Her Majesty's Royal Coven is a place for women and girls to reach their full potential, develop their gifts, and enjoy the protection and sisterhood that only an official coven can provide. It's witchy. I'm excited. I really want to read this. Oh, I do have one more that I thought I forgot, but I have it right here. It's called The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovalino. Because I've been really out of the loop with the book community for a couple of months, I have never heard of this one, but I think it did make the rounds. Let me know, guys. But I saw this was signed. I got this from Foyles in London, and I really like this cover, and I've been really getting into horror spooky books, so yes, we are focusing. I'm so glad. So I wanted to pick this one up. I don't know if it's YA or not, because I do believe our main characters are like students. We have Tess and Elliot. They stumble upon an ancient book hidden in a secret tunnel beneath their school library, and then they accidentally release a devil from his book-bounded prison, and he'll stop at nothing to stay free. He'll manipulate all the ink in the library books to do his bidding. He'll murder in the stacks, and he'll bleed into every inch of Tess's life until his freedom is permanent. Forced to work together, Tess and Elliot have to find a way to retrap the devil before he kills everyone they know and love, including, increasingly, each other. I'm excited for that. And compared to what the devil has in store for them, school stress suddenly doesn't seem so bad after all. So it's supernatural horror, contemporary Gothic, and I do believe that we also have a romance. I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna grab that other book because I see it right there. And we have to talk about it soon because it fits with this one. I also hauled that recently. But first, I have one more on my lap, and it's this pretty book, The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. So we have a fantasy book. Again, really cool cover. Reminds me of work, because I work at a law firm now, in case you guys hadn't heard yet. So oh yeah, okay, I kind of remember by heart what it's about. So we have the main character, who is this like Justice of the Empire. So he's this really high-ranking person. He has to travel around the country to keep everyone in check and solve their fights and everything. But the main character that's telling the story is actually his assistant, so we see this person through her eyes, which I think is a very interesting way of telling the story. And it's called The Empire of the Wolf, and there's rebellions coming up, and so it's a very restless time. No, how do you call it? Unrest. There's a lot of unrest during this time as well. And so they investigate a murder of a provincial aristocrats. And then they unearth a conspiracy that stretches to the very top of the imperial society. As the stake rise and become ever more personal, Funvald, the justice, and Helena, his assistants, must make a choice. Will they abandon the laws they've sworn to uphold in order to protect the empire? So we have a little bit of a moral dilemma too. I'm very excited for this one. I actually grabbed 2 books because I'm not sure if I talked about this one yet. I do think I have, but we have Vespertine here, and this is by Margaret Rogerson, and I am I will auto buy all of her books. I need to see because I think she's coming out with another one soon. I read 2 books by her and I love them. I read the fairy one, An Enchantment of Ravens, and I read Sorcery of Thorns, which I really loved, and I think she's coming out with some sort of prequel or something to that. So I really like her blend of fierce heroines with a really fun and cute love story and this fantasy setting. So whatever she comes out with, I will pick up, and it has a beautiful cover again. Reminds me of that one artist, Charlie Bowater or something. I don't know if she illustrated this, but it looks like her style. I don't really know. I see Slow Burning Love Story. I'm here for it. I'm here for it already. This is one of those books where I feel like I'm gonna love it, so I keep postponing it and hyping it up for myself even more, but not picking it up. So we follow Artemisia, and she's training to be a Grey Sister, who is a nun that cleanses the bodies of the deceased so that their souls can pass on. Otherwise, they will rise as spirits with a ravenous hunger for the living. She would rather deal with the dead than the living, who trade whispers about her scarred hands and troubled past. When her convent is attacked by possessed soldiers, Artemisia defends it by awakening an ancient spirit bound to a saint's relic. It is a revenant, a malevolent being that threatens to possess her the moment she drops her guard. Wielding its extraordinary power almost consumes her, but death has come to Laurel, and only a Vespertine, a priestess trained to wield a high relic, has any chance of stopping it. With all knowledge of Vespertines lost to time, Artemisia turns to the last remaining expert for help, the Revenant itself, which is the whole being she summoned, I think. As she unravels the sinister mystery of saints, secrets, and dark magic, her bond with the Revenant grows. Oh my god, are they gonna have a relationship? I'm excited for this so much. So I don't know if I talked about it before, but here it is again in case I did. And then we have another Gothic romance. It's called The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling. I don't even care. I feel like some people have been giving this low reviews, but I don't care because look at this cover. I just want to have it because it's stunning. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Creepy, both on a psychological and supernatural level apparently, and it has a twist. And then I believe we also have a little romance. Gothic horror. We do, right? We do, right? Okay, yeah. Sublime Gothic romance with bone saw prose and a spreading stain of cosmic horror. Oh my god. Okay, so what is it about? We have Jane. She's practical and unassuming. She's decided that the most secure path forward is getting a husband into a marriage of convenience who will allow her to remain independent and occupied with meaningful work. Her first choice is the dashing but reclusive Dr. Augustine Lawrence. He agrees to her proposal, but with one condition: she must never visit Lindridge Hall, his crumbling family manor outside of town. Yet on her wedding night, an accident strands her at his door in a pitch-black rainstorm, and she finds him changed. Gone is the bold, courageous surgeon, and in his place is a terrified, paranoid man, one who cannot tell reality from nightmare and fears Jane is an apparition come to haunt him. By morning, Augustine is himself again, but Jane knows something is deeply wrong at Lindridge Hall, and with the man she has so hastily bound her safety to. Oh, Crimson Peak inspired story. Wait, I've watched that, I think, and Rebecca as well. I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope it's good. I hope I'm gonna love it. We have one more stack to go through and then we're done. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Here we go. First one, we have one that was totally a cover buy for me. We have The House Witch by Delamar. I'm not sure if this is like indie published. It looks like it is, maybe. It's so cute though. And this is a heartwarming and humorous blend of fantasy, romance, and mystery, and it's witchy. Don't need to say more. Stop talking already. I'm already sold. We follow a witch with domestic powers and the royal household he serves dinner. So our main character is actually a man and he's a witch, which is something different. I feel like usually we follow women witches. We have Finlay Ashawan. He joins the staff of the king and queen of Daxaria, and he's an enigma. No one knows where he comes from or how he came to be where he is, which suits him just fine. He's satisfied simply serving as a royal cook. But Finn's secret identity doesn't stay hidden for long. After all, isn't every day a house witch and his kitten familiar Kraken take to meddling in imperial affairs. As his powers are gradually discovered by the court, Finn finds himself involved in a slew of intrigues, going head-to-head with knights with less than chivalrous intentions, helping to protect the pregnant queen, fending off the ire of the royal mage, and uncovering a spy in the castle. It sounds so fun and cozy. Oh my god. And that's only the beginning, because Finn's past is catching up with him just as his love life is getting complicated. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a series. It sounds like cozy mystery-ish but witchy and fantasy, which sounds like something I am gonna love. So yeah, I have this one. Hope I will like it. Okay, one more book and then we have like a stack of a series again and then we're done. So I have this one, which is called The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu? I don't know how to pronounce the last name, sorry. It's saying on the front, when ghosts talk, she will listen. And it's saying, welcome to a world of ghouls, grimoires, and ghost talkers. Ropa dropped out of school to become a ghost talker, and Edinburgh's, oh, it's again here. Dad sure do love to chat. A girl's gotta make money, and it seems harmless enough to charge the living for their messages. But when the dad whispered that someone's bewitching children, something must be done. It's on Ropa's patch, so she feels honor-bound to investigate, and what she learns will rock her world. She will dice with death, not part of her life plan, as she calls on her Zimbabwean magic. Oh my god, really? Okay. And Scottish pragmatism to hunt down clues. Underground Edinburgh hides I hope I'm pronouncing it right, a wealth of dark secrets, but she'll also discover an occult library and unexpected allies. Yet, as shadows lengthen, will the hunter become the hunted? Sounds fun, like a ghosty thing. And yeah, clearly this is like a fall autumn haul with a lot of spooky books or books that fit the vibe, I feel like, which is also the same for this last deck that I have here, which is the 4 books in the Jack the Ripper series. I believe it's called Jack the Ripper series, also by Carrie Maniscalco. So I actually picked up just Stalking Jack the Ripper at first months ago, so I might have already hauled this actually, so it doesn't officially belong here, but you know, might as well just show you the whole series. And I read this one and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 3.5 to 4 stars, and I see a lot of potential for future books. I kind of regret a little bit picking up Kingdom of the Wicked already, because I love it so much more than this one, and now I'm scared of like going back to these books and not enjoying them as much, because they're her earlier books and they're a different vibe. But it's okay, I still really enjoyed this. So then we also have Hunting Prince Dracula, we have Escaping from Houdini, and lastly, I think this is the right order, Capturing the Devil, which is so pretty. I love the gold. And this is about Audrey Rose, and she is a very, very special young lady in like 1800s London. And instead of being a proper lady, she actually assists her uncle in cutting open dead bodies and performing research on them and all of that stuff. It is very graphic and gruesome at times. And then we also have Jack the Ripper terrorizing the town, murdering women, and she's also investigating who the murderer could be with her oh so annoying but secretly very handsome and interesting co-worker, I guess, Thomas Craswell. That's kind of like the base of the story. This was a book that did the rounds on BookTube like a couple of years ago, and I've always been interested in reading it, but then never really got around to it, so I'm glad I finally did. And I did really enjoy it. I mean, the twist I saw coming from miles away, and it did feel a bit more juvenile. This definitely was YA compared to her other series where I'm like, this YA? Are we certain? But this one, yeah, for sure. And I'm excited to read the other books, and hopefully they'll improve a little. And you know, I'm here for the romance, so that's good. We did it, guys. We went through most. I still forgot some, but you know, most of the books that I've been hauling in these past months. I have to say months. It's really been months. I feel like it's been June, July, August, September. It's been like 5 months. Honestly, it's not that bad for 5 months. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end. I really appreciate you. Thank you. If you want to follow any of my other social media, everything is linked in the description box down below. Also, feel free to join my Discord server. I originally started that one for my other channel, my gaming channel, but we do also have a little book chats channel in there, which, you know, please come and join me, because we do have some people already in there that love reading, but the more the merrier. So feel free free to join if you want to. Again, no pressure, of course. All of my other social media, feel free to follow if you want to, but you don't have to. Feel free to subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.